Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Step Up WBCS, and today we will be discussing about few current affairs related to military exercises. This whole topic will be in few series and this is the part 1. So let's begin. The 6th edition of Japan-India Maritime Exercise 2022, that is GMEX 2022, hosted by the Indian Navy, commenced in the Bay of Bengal recently. It was started in January 2012, focusing on maritime security cooperation. The 3rd edition of the Joint Military Exercise Ex Dharma Guardian 2022 between India and Japan was conducted recently at Belagavi, Belagaum, Karnataka. Its aim was to share experience gained during various counter-terrorism operations in respective countries. The Singapore Army and Indian Army participated in the 13th edition of exercise Bold Kurukshetra, a bilateral armour exercise at Jodhpur Military Station, India. The Indian Air Force and Royal Air Force organized a bilateral air exercise named Eastern Bridge 6 at Air Force Station Jodhpur in Rajasthan. This was the 6th edition of the exercise. The navies of India and Singapore began their annual maritime military exercise, SIMBEX, that is Singapore-India Maritime Bilateral Exercise, which will involve drills in the southern South China Sea. It is the longest continuous naval exercise that Indian Navy has with any other country. This year's exercise from September 21st to 28th is the 30th edition of SIMBEX. The 19th edition of the annual India-United States military exercise called Yudh Abhyas was held recently in Alaska. The theme was employment of an integrated battle group in mountain or extreme climatic conditions. The 6th edition of the Joint Air Exercise Scope India between the Indian Air Force and the United States Air Force concluded at Air Force stations in Kalaikunda, Panagarh and Agra. India-Mongolia Joint Military Exercise Nomadic Elephant 2023 commenced recently in Ulaanbaatar. The first joint exercise between the special forces of the Indian and the Egyptian Army, Exercise Cyclone 1, conducted at Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. The annual bilateral maritime exercise Konkan between the Indian Navy and UK's Royal Navy was held off the Konkan coast in the Arabian Sea. The 7th edition of Joint Military Exercise Ajia Warrior 2023 between India and the United Kingdom was conducted at Salisbury Plains. India-Bangladesh recently held the 11th edition of Annual Joint Military Exercise Sampriti. 14th edition of India-Indonesia Bilateral Exercise Samudra Shakti 23 concluded in the South China Sea. The 35th edition of India-Thailand Coordinated Patrol Indo-Thai Corpat between the Indian Navy and the Royal Thai Navy was conducted recently. The 10th edition of India-Sri Lanka Bilateral Maritime Exercise SLINEX was held at Colombo. In the next part, I will share few more current affairs related to the military exercises. To get the notification, subscribe our channel and click on the bell icon, and don't forget to share with your friends who are also preparing themselves for the exam. Thank you.